Hello everyone and welcome to another Golden Age Stories stream here. We are playing Mage the Ascension, Technogate 1999. I am here today with a good group of people, and what we're going to be doing is picking up where we kind of left off. We're on a part 2 of our traveling through the dreaming. So today we have with us Tycho. Tell us a little bit about your character and what he looks like.
All right. So I was inspired to write some of this down, but I haven't finished yet. But so I'll just read what I got. Tycho Vance is a white male, 6'1", with short cropped blonde hair. He is 26 and was born in 1972 to Elizabeth Vance and Buck Samsonite. His mother, Elizabeth Vance, was in charge of the Madison Construct R&E department for over 10 years now. And his father was the legendary adventurer Buck Samsonite of the original Technogate Team. In 1980, Buck Samsonite disappeared on a mission to deep space. Tycho and his mother both blamed themselves, though neither was at fault. When he was 21, Tycho was roped into an adventure with some werewolves and spent about 5 years out in the Umbra doing stuff with them, and that didn't end well. And now he's back here, and his mother got him a job on Technogate Team 42. He prefers metallic clothing in his father's style, so kind of the retro futuristic aesthetic.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Tycho. And we also have Phaedra here with us today. Phaedra, go ahead and tell us a little bit about your character and what she looks like.
Phaedra is a 27-year-old black female. She's usually wearing a lab coat and some raggedy clothes you could probably find at any Goodwill, like a white blouse, black slacks. She was originally from Vegas, but ran up here to Wisconsin in search of her mother's murderer. His name was Muddin. That's how she got into the Technocracy with this group and was able to defeat him. She's a progenitor, so she does most of the science, medical helping of the group.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Phaedra. And Malakai, tell us a little bit about your character and what he looks like.
Yeah, Malakai is born a military brat. He spent some time in the Air Force before he was recognized by Technocracy for his skill with energy and power systems. He spent there was shoot. Yeah, any case, he ended up making some friends, losing some friends, and then ending up on TG42, the team that we are currently following. Wow, I'm going to have to work on that.
It's okay, man. That happens. That's what live TV is all about. All right. So, where we last left off, the team had entered into the dreaming in search of a node that is powering the shield that surrounds Altered Earth, the location of Brock Samsonite, Tycho's father, who has sent out a distress call, and so they are trying to bring down the shield in order to save his father. And they have found themselves in the dreaming at this time. We are in an Alice in Wonderland kind of, the world is turned a little bit more cartoonish. You also, just being in the dreaming kind of makes you a little bit more whimsical and a little bit more, you're in the dream world of. So we're all been inside of dreams. We all understand that the world is a little bit more malleable when you're dreaming, and they're basically in almost like it's very similar to a lucid state of dreaming, except for they are physically in the dream world in the what is called the near dreaming. They are in Madison, Wisconsin, near the Capitol. The Capitol has a sheer cliff, like 500 feet tall, like hill or that it's kind of like sitting on. And last we kind of left off was Malakai was trying to jump as high as he could in order to get up there, and he did jump extremely high, but didn't end up making it to the top there, and kind of came down gracefully. And so the team is kind of checking because tried to find a way to the. They're trying to find a trod to the or a path to the far dreaming, because they are getting signals from Tycho has the ability to analyze and locate where the node is inside of the dreaming, and when they did their scan, he came up with the multiple signals coming from different areas that they kind of believe will lead them deeper into the dreaming from the base understandings that they have of what the dreaming is. So to start you guys off here, we are missing one of our members here, who is Robert Kell. So Robert is their psychiatrist, guy who kind of makes sure that the team is not going insane from all the crazy adventures that they do into deep space, and making sure nobody gets space madness. But he unfortunately is not going to be able to be here today, so we're going to have a little event here that's going to be happening. First thing I want everybody to do is roll willpower, difficulty of 9.
Is he going to ironically go insane?
Well, no, you'll see. Ooh, Phaedra with the
Thank God.
Malakai with the success.
I'm probably gonna lose this.
And
Yep.
you botched. All
Done
right.
good.
So
I'll take that.
This actually will be kind of interesting, because I am also going to be giving an automatic botch to Robert for not being here today, so that something could happen so that he kind of goes away. But it'll be interesting because you might have a little bit of an idea of what happens to him here, because Tycho is going to have same kind of reaction here. So all of you, the kind of area around you is all cartoonish and bubbly and happy. You see butterflies, and also you've seen a lot of horses. I forgot to point that out before, but for some reason there's just horses all over the place. Like a lot of the cars are horses. The what in the real world would be cars, but there's also just wandering horses that just don't represent anything. It's just kind of a weird kind of thing that you notice every once in a while. But in any case, everything's all kind of bubbly and nice, and the clouds are all nice. And all of a sudden, a storm front comes in as you guys are hanging, and not really even comes in, kind of like bubbles around and like comes out of the capital. And you see like all of these storm clouds and lightning start firing, and the world churns from this kind of like cartoonish, bubbly happy land to everything turns not to black and white, but to red and white. Your limbs become heavy, and the whole world just starts kind of like flickering and like gets this like dark hue to everything, on top of everything turning into like a red and white color scheme. You get a sense of dread that just fills you. Even those who have a success here are compelled to leave. You are not able to overcome it with your single success of willpower in order to even stay at this point. And so you just have this overriding compulsion to run. So Phaedra and Malakai, though, kind of have still in their running spree, kind of still have their wits about them to a certain degree. And this makes it even more interesting. But you see both Tycho and Robert run out, and there's like a mist that's kind of like coming out of the ground as well. And when they run into it, they just disappear into the mists. And Tycho, you have the same thing that happens to you. You break away from the group, and just run into the mists. And Phaedra and Malakai, you also run into the mists. But you guys have a little bit more of your wits about you. And you guys stick together as you're running. So Tycho, though, we're gonna start with you because you kind of went off all by yourself here and just kind of like freaked out and just ran. And by the time you get your wits about you, you are surrounded by mist. I want you to make a perception plus awareness roll.
Perception.
Difficulty 6.
Where's my perception? Putting it together here. Type perception plus alertness or awareness.
Awareness.
That's the same roll. So that's 5 dice. Difficulty 6.
Yep.
Oh shit!
Well, you
Starting
didn't
it off rough
botch.
today.
So once you've gathered your wits about you, all you can kind of see around you is mist, and you kind of have lost that whimsical feeling that you kind of had for being in the dreaming and the nightmarish feeling of the world is kind of filling you right now. And you really just don't get a sense of direction or anything. You don't even know where you came from. You kind of like spun around, looking around, trying to figure out where you were, and now you're just kind of like, I don't even know if you can't even go back the way you came because you don't remember where that is.
I'm freaking out, man.
Are you shouting people's names, or are you how are you reacting to the situation?
How am I reacting? I would like to inspect the ground.
Okay. Go ahead and do a perception plus investigation.
Oh, that's a knowledge. Oh, 2 or 1.
One success. All right. So you kind of examine the ground that you're on, and it's hard, like rocky ground. You're definitely not downtown Madison right now.
All right. Situations like this before, I need to calm myself. How do I do that?
You could do a willpower roll to calm yourself down.
Yeah, if I can do that, that would be...
Yeah, difficulty 6.
Jesus, I'm rolling a lot of 1s, but that's 3 successes.
Still 3, yep. So yeah, you definitely are able to calm yourself down. You feel a little bit more like centered right now. And the feeling of the nightmarish feeling kind of starts to dissipate. And the mist around you starts to dissipate as well.
Okay.
Make a perception plus alertness check.
Oh, shit.
All right.
0.
Well, I am going to stop it right there then, and we're going to switch over to Malakai and Phaedra. So Malakai and Phaedra, you guys have been running, and you guys kind of ran down the road instead of directly into the mists. You are now noticing that the two companions around you. Well, let's actually find out if you notice. Both of you do perception plus alertness, difficulty of 6. All right. 3 successes for Malakai. did Phaedra, did you roll? That is your roll.
I had 4 successes.
4 successes. All right.
Sorry.
So awesome.
Nice.
So both of you do notice that both Tycho and Robert shot off into completely different directions and went directly into like the thick of the mist. And you guys kind of went down the road, basically, like we'll say that this would be Martin Luther King Drive, or well, it would be not Martin Luther King. Is it Wisconsin?
Wisconsin would be the opposite of it.
Yeah, so you guys are running down Wisconsin away from the capital. The road is stretching before you as you guys are running, and it just feels like you guys are not getting anywhere. And the capital behind you, instead of getting shrinking away from you, feels like it's just like getting closer to you. And you can see a dark figure that's cloaked, kind of hovering off of the ground, gives you this solid Grim Reaper feeling from him. He is not holding a sickle, though, but it does seem to kind of just float and start growing in the background, and feels like it's almost getting like much bigger than what a human is in size. And it's kind of doing like the same thing as you guys are running. You kind of are gaining back your senses a little bit here. Is there anything that you want to try doing besides running?
I want to try to communicate to Phaedra the question of, should I try to shoot this thing?
I want to pop one of my willpower pills and try to clear my mind to make sure that what I'm seeing is actually what's happening.
Okay, give me an Arate roll, Phaedra, difficulty of, we'll say, see here. What level of mind do you have?
Mind of 2.
Oh, okay, with the mind of 2, yeah, I'll say difficulty 5.
Two successes.
All right. With 2 successes, you kind of pop your pill, kind of use that enhanced willpower to kind of gather yourself into the surroundings, and you can see that you guys are running, and you are getting away. It just didn't feel that way inside of the dreaming, and you can kind of see though that if you're kind of waking yourself to a certain degree, you can kind of almost see that you're actually able to like kind of moving away from this. Is just there's like a terrifying nightmarish effect that's kind of happening on you right now. You have broken free of it to a certain degree, and I'll say that you're able, with your 2 successes, you're able to get Malakai out of it as well, and you guys are ending up at the the end of Wisconsin Road.
Okay. I also want to try to locate where Tycho is, using my DNA scanner and a sample of his DNA that I always have with me at all.
All right, give me an Arate roll, difficulty of 5.
One success.
All right. So I will say that you kind of, I'm guessing you're also checking, you'd be alongside with that kind of checking for Robert as well, but we'll definitely say that you're not able to get a reading on Robert anymore at all, but you are able to get a reading on Tycho, and he seems to be by Picnic Point.
Where is that?
The hell?
That's pretty far.
Yeah, so Picnic Point is over by Lake Mendota. It's more over by I believe that's the Sherman, or not Sherman, the Sherwood Hills? No.
It's about like a 45-minute walk if you walk it.
Yep.
Yeah, you're going all around the southern edge of the lake.
Well, hot dang.
Water might be faster. Not sure if we can make that work. We might be able to steal a boat. I don't know.
I mean, would you like to try one of my experiments that I've done recently?
And this experiment is going to help us get to Picnic Point effectively.
Yep.
All right. I'm game.
Sweet. I'm gonna hand him one of my dove DNA strands, or it's a capsule, and it will give him some dove wings.
All right, do an Arate roll, difficulty of 6.
I'm gonna spend a willpower just in case.
In addition to his arms or in place of his arms?
Does he have extra arms? No, it's good. Like it's shoulders.
Yep, so I will definitely allow you to make that alteration, especially inside of the dreaming here. All that's very coincidental. So you pop some genetic modification drugs and sprout some wings. Well, okay, so are you getting out of the suit in order to do this, or are you modifying the suit so that it can accompany your wings?
I would really prefer the second one.
Should
right.
I just split the bag for
Nope,
you?
I just need him to make a matter roll, difficulty of 5.
Baby. Oh, I'll take it.
Welcome, Archangel of the Technocracy. How may it be of service?
We're going to do this more often. This is a really sweet modification that I put onto this suit here.
I'm imagining now this suit with giant like wings just coming off of it now, and
Only when needed.
that's awesome. All right, so yeah, you're flight capable, my friend. If you
All right, I'm going
make an athletics plus dexterity roll to fly.
Difficulty 6.
I will be.
No, he'll be doing the. Or are you popping the pill as well, Phaedra? Or
Nah, yeah, he could just carry me. Fuck it.
I mean,
You watch
robot.
our front, and I'll try to keep an eye on what's coming behind us. What is the difficulty on that athletic roll?
6. Oh, right. So yeah, Tycho like naturally just lifts off into the air and takes off and
That's cool.
Like just totally like flies over to Picnic Point area without a problem, and it gets there just like super fast, like almost like Superman-ish, kind of like breaking the sound barrier type shit.
Well, to be honest, I don't like being over open water, so I do want to make the trip quickly if I can.
All right, so you guys arrive at Picnic Point, and as you guys are landing, you scare the living shit out of. Well, we'll see if you get scared. Tycho, make a willpower roll, difficulty of 6.
I was gonna roll some arrests to try and figure out where I was. But wait, what was the roll you wanted me to do?
Willpower, difficulty of 6.
Jesus fucking Christ!
So he doesn't do anything stupid, but he definitely is extremely spooked as you guys just land right next to him. What you guys kind of see before you is that there's like this large cave entrance that he's outside of,
Does he look normal?
and he looks normal.
Yeah, as you guys approach, I'm assuming that there's just like you're coming from the sun direction or whatever the thing is. So as there's just this flapping winged bird human, I pull out my laser gun and I'm like, oh shit, it's happening again! They're coming! Oh, it's Malakai. Hi guys.
Sorry,
Where have you
Tycho.
been?
Necessity spawns ingenuity, or whatever that quote is. Any case, you're all right.
Yeah, I got all my pieces. Looks like you got some extras.
We can get into it later.
I count it as a success. I'm also like checking Malakai's pulse just in case. Again, didn't have time to actually test this one on a hamster, so.
All right, I've been trying to figure out where you guys are, but I haven't had time to figure out where I am. Do you guys know?
Picnic Point, man.
Pick that point. God,
Yeah. You got shunted a ways away.
yeah, that's wow. I don't even know what. Can I speculate on what that effect was that did that to us?
Yeah, you have correspondence, right?
Yeah, I've got 1 dot in that.
Yeah, so you understand the concepts of correspondence, and you also understand you have spirit, a lot of that. So you also understand the concept that these umbral, quote unquote, dreaming realms sometimes don't obey the laws of physics when it comes to movement.
I guess what I'm asking is, do I know what caused it? Like
The mist.
an entity? What's that?
The mist.
Well, yeah, but is the mist like a conscious entity, or is it just a side effect of the place we are?
So they're, well, trying to think of how your character would know. You could do an occult. You would have to have like dreaming lore. So I would allow for an occult roll difficulty of 8. But yeah, there's not like a magic roll that you'd really have or anything like that. I mean, I guess you could try and do, if you can think of a magic roll on trying to deduce that.
Yeah, I was gonna like, is the mist still around us?
No.
I have time of 1. Can I look a little bit back?
Time of 1 is more sensory. You're not able to look back with this time of 1.
Can I do intelligence occult? It is a horrible roll for me, but it'll be really funny if it works.
Yeah, difficulty.
Yeah, I don't
of
have a
8.
cult. So.
I'll also try that roll.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm expounding aloud. Like, I just don't know what that mist was. Like, was it a thing? Was it a person? Like, was it somebody doing something to us? I just can't figure it out. What do you guys think?
You said that was an 8 difficulty?
Yep.
I got 2 successes.
I've never heard of anything like it before.
Phaedra, you've kind of heard a little bit about that. There is a mist, and after getting through this mist, you guys do have this kind of like more euphoric kind of attitude towards the. Even though you guys got done like dealing with a nightmare, you guys still kind of have like this weird kind of like just whimsical nature feeling about you, that this place just opens up so much potential in you, and you removes a lot of your banality to a certain degree. But there, you've heard, Phaedra, went on your studies of dreaming to a small degree that you've understood that there's, some talks of this mist to a certain degree, but you also have this feeling that it might have been something triggered by your activity around the Capitol. Because if you look over at the Capitol, the thunderstorm has completely gone away again. So it seems like it might the only thing you can think of is that it's probably using the mists that are kind of natural to this area and using that along with whatever the hell else it was doing as some kind of defense mechanism to keep things away from the capital.
So the creature that I saw, is that like an intelligent being, or was it more like, in Phaedra's term, is it like the white bodies of the dreaming where it tries to sweep out banality?
It's much more of like it feels like some kind of nightmarish, not even nightmarish. There was a strong death resonance that you got from it, and it definitely has this. It has like an attunement close to like a nightmarish kind of thing, but it's also not natural. Like the way that it kind of the way that you were kind of seeing it, it feels like it just wasn't natural to the dreaming.
Wait, you guys saw some sort of creature?
Yeah.
I was just shunted here. You guys weren't shunted at all?
We got pushed a bit, but no, not shunted.
And then there was this creature. What did it look like?
I guess the simplified term is whatever you think the Grim Reaper looks like.
Yeah, and then he got abnormally large, and that's when I realized he wasn't a target to shoot. And we wanted to meet up with you to, well, make sure you're safe, and
Well, yeah.
we also have to find Robert.
Yeah, we got to find Robert. Josh, is that an accurate description?
Yeah, yep, it's Grim Reaper-ish, just like I kind of explained it, floating, no legs kind of entity.
Can I see if I know anything about that based on either werewolf lore or wraith lore?
Wraith lore, definitely.
Okay. What was that? Intelligence?
Tell me if bullets work, man.
Yeah, intelligence.
I'm gonna say no. That's 801.
Nope.
Oh well, if it's a difficulty 6, I would have 1 success, but yeah, probably not.
Actually, with direct wraith lore, it would be difficulty of 6 actually, 8 if it's a cult. So difficulty of 6 here, I would say with 1 success, the resonance that they kind of felt from it, you're and the other like not native to the dreaming. It's a weird hypothesis that you kind of get, but you're like, maybe I was a wraith.
Yeah, but wraith shouldn't be on this version of the Near Umbra.
Absolutely.
Could I get a perception check to see if we have been tracked here or anything of the sorts?
Yeah, perception plus alertness.
Gotta set up a perimeter.
Well, I mean, I have a job to do. Is that a 6?
Yep. Oh.
I do my job well.
So it seems like your spell is still working. Nothing seems to be taking notice of you.
Can I work with hey Phaedra? We should have you scanned for Robert yet?
From where I was at the Capitol, I think we were too far away, so I didn't get a reading. But yeah, I could try it again.
Yeah, let me help you with that. Oh, did we bring? I remember having some sort of tripod.
Yeah, that's fine.
We built that thing. I can
Yep.
repurpose it to scan for Robert. So I take out the tripod,
Oh.
set the whole thing up.
So are we gonna plug in like my DNA scanner to the tripod? Just
Yeah.
for him. Okay.
Yeah. So let me do intelligence hypertech.
Yep. Difficulty 6.
Skill 2. Yep, that's die pool 2. I feel like this is going to go terrible. My rolls so far.
No.
Ah, there we go.
All right.
That's 3 successes.
So then it would be Arate difficulty of 3. Or, 3, because that's the lowest you can go. Yay!
All right, I got you.
So the immediate signal you get right back immediately is that he's in the cave. And then the signal keeps on going out, and then he's at the Capitol. He's also at the Arboretum. He's over at a couple
Okay.
other places as well.
He's not at the
scattered.
Inferno, is he?
He's at the Inferno.
Oh shit!
But
Oh god, they cut him up into small little pieces.
but you're also noticing that it overlaps with the node points that you guys were trying to find in order to get deeper into the dreaming, to the far dreaming.
Do we have a favorite? Which node we should use? Because it's pretty obvious what we're doing right now. As I also check my weapons.
Well, for whatever reason, this thing shunted us towards this cave that seems to be an entrance, so we might as well investigate this one real quick before we decide which one we want to choose.
Okay, first, make sure you've got all get your willpower pills that I made you. Or also, Tycho, do you want one of the pills I gave Malakai for his wheat wings?
Can I have it but not use it yet?
Yeah.
Okay, I will take the pill.
I don't know what you're worried about, man. They fold up right on your back. It's pretty sweet.
I'm not going to tell you any of the stories of some of the long-term effects of stuff like this that I've seen. It's nothing really bad. I'm just saying, like, sometimes it's better to just, not change your body.
The only thing that I had when I had a tail was for like a couple hours, I felt like I was missing a limb.
Okay, well, let's just focus on getting Robert back. We don't need to creep me out any further. Just, I can fly now. It's totally cool. We'll deal with everything else later. Let's get Robert back, and that involves, where do we want to go?
We're going to investigate this cave here.
That is okay.
All right. Check the entrance for traps.
All right.
I break down my tripod thing and
before you do, can you tell us before you break down the tripod, can you tell us how far into the cave the approximate whatever we're going to find is going to be?
Oh, yeah, let's see. So I've been scanning for specific signals. I suppose I could use a dimensional science effect to, give us maybe a lay of the land by opening it up to all frequencies.
Very good. Go ahead and you have like one in everything, so you're pretty solid
Everything
on
but
that.
life.
Everything but life. So you won't be able to tell if there's life. Well, actually, Phaedra's device is hooked up to this, so I'll kind of give you life on this as well, without an extra roll needed just to do a base scan. So difficulty of 3, you don't even need to do any because you don't need to lower the difficulty at all. So just
All right.
straight up Arate diff 3.
There we go.
There we go.
And rolls.
So you do like a little like multispectral scan. There's definitely a ton of prime signatures that are or signature that's kind of coming from there. You definitely get a there's a life signature, one singular life signature that's coming from there. It is not native to this area. It is approximately 500 feet into the cave. The cave looks like it would only be about maybe 100 feet. So maybe it's bigger on the inside. It doesn't really make sense. Actually, in that scan, it's really weird when it's like if you zoom in and try and like get to, it's like, okay, this is way farther away, but when you zoom out, it seems to be at that one point. Like it's just it just confuses the world. Or your mind, I guess. So,
I learned that a long time ago. It's called relational geometry or non-Newtonian.
Bigger on the inside. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, so it's like a round cave that is approximately maybe about 1,000. Like if you kind of look at it when you're zoomed in, you know that it's probably about 1,000 feet by 1,000 feet radii. And then at the very center, or no, that would be diameter, because about 500 feet in, which is about the center, is where this signal is coming from.
Can I show the data output to Malakai for perhaps a threat assessment?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind giving it a quick once over with Prime as well.
Go ahead and do a.
Pat down.
Do you have life as well, Malakai?
Life is a thing that I'm missing.
Okay, but these guys kind of are giving you the life information. Making a Arate roll. Okay. You kind of add in and kind of get some major prime understanding into the mix here, and whatever the hell is in there is pump chocked full of prime. And looking at the life readings and everything, you feel like it's coming from whatever is like the living thing that's inside there. It's not whatever this massive amount of power is not coming from a object.
So it's not a node. I can tell that there's like life that's just mixed in with it, and that tells me that.
But you also definitely get back that it's a node.
There's at least that much power there that totally tracks with what I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean it's confounding. It's like it's definitely some kind of living being thing that's become a node.
Oh, yeah, it's a living creature node.
Communicate
it's rare.
that to Tycho.
Yeah, it's rare, but they're out there. I've only seen a couple, and from a distance, we might actually talk to a node.
Do we shake its hand, or what do we do?
Can we get a resonance reading on this? Is it Jor? Is it dynamic?
You definitely get a very dynamic resonance that's kind of coming from this. A very, I would say with all the scans that you guys are kind of doing, the resonance that you kind of get back would definitely be very joyful, happy, relaxed, calm, and there is a fierceness in there.
That's what I like to hear.
But
let's go.
Yeah, it's mainly rainbows and gumdrops.
Well, I say we just go in. I think we got this.
Yeah. We'll just I'm just gonna shout at the first one I see. Hey, are you friendly?
Uh,
Unless you got better ideas. I
so
don't think we're
many
gonna.
flags.
Well, we just have to get in there and then figure out if they want something. I don't know how portals work in the dream realm. I apologize. I didn't study this in the school.
Do we get the impression that this thing is stationary, like it's a living thing that's a stationary node, or if this thing can move around inside this cave?
Whatever it is, it hasn't moved in a long time, like at all. Because I know
Oh,
some.
okay.
How much time magic do you guys have? Actually, I think you guys are missing a lot of your time.
I got
magic.
1 dot of time.
I got 1.
I have 0.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are. It is Robert who is your time man.
Yes, he is.
So yeah, with that, I'll give you that. Yeah, it just hasn't moved in a long time. There's kind of like a resonance of stillness. So I guess there would be a little bit of non-dynamic inside of it that it's kind of. It definitely does have an amount of stasis to it because it's a non-moving thing. Well, or at least it hasn't moved in a long time.
Well, that's good news.
Okay, I'll check the entrance for anything out of the ordinary or traps. Like a barricade that will trigger if we walk in, that type of deal.
All right. Yep. Go ahead and do a perception plus awareness, and then that'll be at difficulty 6. And give me a Arate roll difficulty of 4.
Okay, I got 1 success on perception awareness, so does that drop my arete to 3?
Nope. Just because 1 success to accomplish the action, the rest of the successes to lower the difficulty.
Okay, 4 successes on arete.
Okay, that's solid. You have some understanding. Do you have matter?
No, I do not.
You definitely get though that there's a correspondence effect that is in place around this entrance to a certain degree. But you're not able to get exactly what it will do. But there's definitely some kind of correspondence effect that is in place. But it might have to do with the being bigger on inside. But you're not 100% on that.
Okay, I'm gonna tell the
There's
guys
matter
that.
components into it that you don't understand, basically.
Okay. There's some type of field around the entrance that I'm not able to gather or grasp. I don't know what the element could be.
Can I do a quick?
Who was that, Tycho?
Can I do a quick scan?
Absolutely.
Is that a ret 3? I'll just do a ret 3.
Okay. Difficult. Yeah. So 3 successes. So you kind of get back that there's a possibility that if you go into this cave, that it might shut behind you.
At this point, I would like to point out that we have, granted there was a troll guarding the entrance, so it might be worse than this. I don't know. But there's other entrances we have to the place where we need to go. Just tossing it out there.
I don't know. It seems like fate has been on our side so long, so far, and it seems like fate wants us to go in this way.
Tycho,
Do you have?
I'm a woman of science and logic. You're full of shit. I mean, I'll go in, but as long as there's 100% guarantee that we can still walk out if we don't want to be there. Can we
Yeah.
make a quick device that will, if the doors close and we don't want to be there, we can leave?
You can leave the dreaming, because Tycho has the ability to just shunt the dreaming.
Oh, okay.
Tycho, do you understand the entropy sphere? I don't know what is. Do you know that one?
Yeah, I have a basic understanding of it. Why?
Because those kind of things can influence decisions, and maybe your better feeling means that you actually have a better than 50-50 odds that this is the right one. I don't understand it personally. I'd like to learn at some point, but that's future talk. Let's.
You could check
I think that we go
your
forward.
feeling of destiny through entropy of 1 for this if you want to get more in tune yourself, Tycho, to the fates of the world.
Yeah, I can do a little
Is this a
minor
trap,
divination.
or is this the way we're
Minor
supposed to go?
divination. Literally asking the god of science, "Hey, is this a good idea to go in here?" So that's a level 1 sphere. So that's difficulty 3, or is it 4?
Difficulty 3.
Okay, yeah, 2 successes.
So you get this. You get a really good feeling. A little bit. There's like a tinge of fear, but there's like a really good feeling about going into this cave. It might be a little scary, but it'll be rewarding.
I just show Phaedra a bunch of gibberish on my arm-mounted display, and I'm like, "See, the universe wants us to go in this way."
Sounds like a trap to me, but the easiest way to figure out who's behind them is by triggering it. Let's go.
Okay.
I just start walking in.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Alright.
sneak in technically, although I'm also in the giant fucking suit, so maybe that's
with
not
the
so
giant
effective.
fucking wings.
Yeah, I feel like I actually probably am staying back by probably about 20 feet to let them have a chance of seeing something and hiding before I become obvious that I'm there.
Smart.
It's just and I'll keep my own eyes open with but yeah, so let's assume that I'm doing that. I'm staying back just because I'm a bit obvious.
All right, so as you guys walk into the cave, as was foretold, the entrance to the cave, like the path that you're walking, just comes to a dead end right behind you, and it's always been there, and your memory doesn't really have. There was no exit before, but you've just always been here, or I mean, maybe you were dreaming. Maybe you are dreaming. You probably are just, this is all made up and it's all just a dream anyways. So, but might as well move on now. And you guys continue down the cave entrance hallway basically, and it comes out into like a circular giant room that's approximately about 500 feet tall dome that you guys are inside of. It's all filled with gold and glittering like junts of gold just coming out of the wall, and there's sparkling animated sparkles that are kind of coming out. Like it's not just it's over the top of the just immaculation that you kind of see here. The ground is all made out of gold coins, and you see before you a white, furry, extremely long, snake-like creature with the head of a dog at the very end of this snake-like creature. And it's approximately, in coiled up form, seems to be still sitting at about, 25 feet tall, with coiled up, as it's like sleeping, and its head is just down, and you can kind of see its floppy ears kind of twitch up as you guys kind of enter into this open area, and the eye pops open, and you hear a great roar that comes out of this creature's mouth. And in your head, you hear in English or whatever language is very comfortable for you the most. Whatever. It's in whatever language you speak. And you hear in your head, "Who dares disturb my slumber?"
Is that the guy? I whisper to Tycho.
That's probably the node, or what shows up as a node to us.
So he
okay.
hasn't moved in a really long time because he's been sleeping for a long time. I think we fucked up, guys.
Well, just a second. Now these.
Okay. All right. I got your back, man.
I've seen people deal with this kind of stuff before. Just, I will speak aloud, because that's probably what's expected. Great, powerful one. We are travelers of the realms. We are seeking a device that imprisons my father, and also our friend who has gone missing, and we have sought him through your area. We seek only travel through your realm.
Ah, adventurers, you say, looking for travel through the dreaming. Interesting. What creatures are you? I am not familiar with the form that you are presenting to me.
We are humans. We are the dreamers.
Dreamers?
What would be an insight roll to recognize if he sees us as we are or as bogarts?
Oh, that's a good. I was actually just thinking about that to a certain degree too. Go ahead and make a perception plus awareness roll. Difficulty of 6.
Just a moment.
Oh,
Well, on that dice quantity, that is an unexpected outcome.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm sorry, what was the question again?
Yeah, it's super important that I word this properly now. No, I was wondering. I was looking for a insight into.
Oh, whether or not he's seeing you guys cloaked or not.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm trying to read him. Basically,
you believe very strongly that you're tricking him right now. That he may have broken maybe your first level of obfuscate, but he all thinks you're a bunch of bogarts right now. So I'm also going to say with the botch, when he goes to say human, you jump in and stop him and say bogarts. We're traveling, adventuring bogarts.
I look back to Tycho for approval. Yeah, we could keep this up. That's what my face says.
Do I think that the boggart illusion is still on? Especially since.
Go ahead and roll perception plus awareness, difficulty of 6.
Weird. Especially since Robert is no longer here. That's 4. It looks like. Yeah.
Yeah. You believe that you have not broken the spell because he kind of looks at you guys with a very weird questioning, almost like he understands what a bogart or what that is, but he doesn't He doesn't think that that's you.
If I might explain, we are both humans and boggards. You see, we are disguised as boggards in order to slip past the less powerful and less intelligent denizens of the dreaming.
I
would
am
never.
nodding, obviously.
I
Nodding.
I am sorry that my compatriot here tried to hold up this feeble deception with you. I'm sorry. What should we call you, powerful one?
Interesting. You can call me Falcon. I am not familiar with much of what you speak at all, actually. I've been asleep for a very long time, and most things do not disturb my slumber in the way that you have. I find the resonance that you are giving off very interesting. Tell me, what are humans?
We live in the realm of the prime material.
Yeah, we're kind of all about, to be honest.
I do think I know of the beings that you speak of. Before I slumbered, there were things that were starting to start crawling around that the angels were playing with. I believe they called them humans. Yeah, that seems familiar. Wasn't there a dark night that happened around then? That's when I fell asleep. It was very tiring. It lasted a whole day and 1,000 years. It's a very trying time. So, you are the humans that have arisen into this world. Interesting.
Yeah, we're just passing. Again, we're on a mission. Do you mind if I talk to my dude over here? Pointing to Tycho. And then I want to huddle up with Tycho and Phaedra.
It's fine. I'm scared. Lay back down then.
I start moving to do so. Okay, guys. How do you want to play this? Because we have options that I didn't think we were going to have.
Well, I mean, I figured we'd play it as this guy doesn't seem very interested in hurting us.
Yeah, but don't we need his approval to get through the portal?
Well, yeah, that's the next step. We have to ask him if we might need to set up the scanner again. Kind of want to take some of this gold.
I want to take a sample.
Oh,
Guys,
I have been thinking about that.
That
It would,
older than us.
it's
And
so
that
old.
He just confirmed the angels were real.
And it's alive.
I want a
It's alive
sample.
and it's that old.
You want to take a sample from the biological manifestation of one of the most ancient entities anybody from the Technocracy has ever encountered.
Yes.
That makes absolutely perfect sense.
I feel that you should just ask him right now and then come back to the huddle. Just if he doesn't want you to, you're not gonna get it. But you could just ask him and just try to be polite.
The sample's great, but I also just want to pet him because he looks fucking adorable.
Ooh, so you should start with that, and that's a nice way to build rapport.
Probably never been pet before. Probably
He
doesn't
might
know
not like it. He also might really like it. I don't know. I don't know him.
Does anyone have a brush?
No.
I got some knives that if you use them right. No, don't risk it. Don't risk it.
My hair is cut short. Malakai has ratty hair. We don't have a brush.
Can I check my fanny pack to see if I brought one?
GM?
Oh yeah, you can definitely. You can have that if you want. That's fine.
All right, you ask him, and then we'll ask for the portal bit. But
All right,
as
Phaedra,
Phaedra, you're up.
you're up. Do it.
All right.
We're gonna
I was
stand. We're gonna stand back,
Excuse
looking
me, sir.
supportive.
Or ma'am, great being.
Wow. Oh,
Falcon.
oh, yes. Oh, you're back. How long has it been? Has it been many years? I hope
It is.
you have had good time.
It has only been mere minutes, sir.
Oh. Feels longer.
I couldn't help but marvel at your appearance.
Oh.
You seem both wise and also elegant.
Well, flattery will get you everywhere.
If if you could be so kind, I would love to brush your hair if that would be okay.
Oh, I have an itch. If you could scratch that, that would be great.
I would love to.
You see, I have no arms. I can't scratch. And I'm too lazy to uncoil right now.
Then I shall get to work.
Make an athletics plus dexterity roll, difficulty of 4.
I was all about to help, and then he said uncoil, and I got real nervous.
3 successes.
Solid. All right. So, yep, you go in, give him a nice scratch, and he seems very relaxed and seems to uncoil a little bit, and kind of slouch out, taking up much more of the floor mass and dropping down from his grand height. The coil, if you just took his roundness, he stands at about like maybe 6 feet off of the ground. But if he's coiled up, he's like in his like 20 some odd feet tall type kind of thing. So he's like slouches down to about 10 feet. He's got like 2 coils kind of still out. And kind of stretching around. And he goes, oh, that feels so good. And there's like this bright pillar of gold that he was kind of coiled up around that goes to like a point. And now that he's uncoiled, he reveals this giant gold like spire that's sticking out of the ground.
Can I tell, is that the node or is he the node?
There's definitely seems to be something, it's possible that there might be something to do with the cave and that spike itself might harbor a node in of itself. If you had to guess, you would guess that there's 2 nodes here, even though Malakai might have a better understanding of it, and but yeah, there's likely 2 nodes going on here. One that's the creature, and one that's the cave itself.
I would like to make the argument that myself and Tycho are literally watching this with the, possibly with some scanners in the with the intention on learning those kind of things.
Yeah, that's what I was getting toward.
Would you mind if I made a prime roll to see how well I
Yeah, go ahead.
can understand the scene that is untaking me? Also, okay, we're gonna do the prime first. Now, I have a second thing about. I want to make sure Phaedra is not in danger.
Boy, I'm ecstatic right now. Samples.
Yep. But I kind of want to read him. But the important thing is the prime thing, and so you want a ret at difficulty.
For this, I'll say difficulty of 5.
All right, we'll go with 5.
Oh wow.
I'm good at prime.
So yeah, you have a good understanding of he seems to that he could fulfill the requirements of a node quite nicely. But the spire that he was kind of wrapped around as well was feeding him and keeping him alive, basically. And there seems to be more to, now that he's uncoiled, you kind of get a sense of the power that's coming out of the spire that's sticking up out of the ground. And you also have a belief that you don't know a lot about dimensional science, but if these, things kind of connect through these nodes to a certain degree to create some kind of weird pathways, that you could probably, you think Tycho could probably rip open a portal here that can get you deeper into the dreaming.
All right, I share
Oh.
screens with Tycho, and
Oh, yeah. See, I hadn't thought of that. I was thinking it would. Most of the time when I was running around with the werewolves, it was mostly like you would have to, you know, just find a different cave entrance or something like that. But I hadn't thought of using dimensional science in order to open a cave. Oh,
do you think that that's going to be? Yeah, I'm whispering to him as she's like grooming the ancient. I hesitate to use the word monstrosity. Um, are you hesitant to do that in his presence? Do you think there should be some permissions we should grab and it won't be an issue, or where are you at with this?
permissions would probably be in order. Josh, can I speculate as to the nature of this being given my werewolf lore?
Yeah, go ahead and do a werewolf lore difficulty of, I'm gonna still say 8, even with werewolf lore, and everybody else, if you want to do an occult difficulty 10, knock your socks off.
Knowledge is
I
2.
I would like to roll for an impression of his current mood, but I am absolutely not confident in what I should roll for that.
That would be
Even
empathy.
with a difficulty of 10.
Did you really roll a difficulty of 10?
Yeah, I
Are
got
you
two
fucking-
10s.
You got... That's stupid. Wow, because technically difficulty of 10 is not supposed to exist, but sometimes in Mage you just roll it over. You just needed 2 successes at 9, difficulty in 9, to technically get 1 success. So,
I got 3
but
successes.
I throw out the difficulty 10 for the go ahead and screw yourself over. By,
Yeah, there was
because there's a much more likely chance that it's a very much higher chance you'll botch if you do that. So Tycho, your werewolf lore kind of comes back with nothing, and so Phaedra, you've kind of like studied up on, and when you were in your occult days, studying all the crazy stuff that Muddin was doing, you came across this is definitely some kind of spirit animal of sorts, like an ancient ass kind of embodiment of well, I mean, to be honest, it's basically a dragon that you guys are talking to right now. There's a little bit more to it. It has an attunement to the dreaming itself, and you know that these types of creatures, during its time, because this is something that existed before humans, would usually like attach itself to an angel or to some other kind of powerful being that it would exist and sleep inside of its dreams, and then when the being would go to dream, it would go out and adventure with them. And it looks like this thing has not had a companion for at least 2 million years or something like that. And like these are just weird things that Muddin was studying when he was studying demons and angels. And so this is like basically this is an angel's imaginary dream friend.
Well, that makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, it does.
Anybody else feel like this stuff as I gesture towards my gun are kind of pointless when we're looking at this as I look up to an imaginary dream of an angel? that is real and right in front of me. I feel like we're outclassed by a bit.
Yeah, no shit. Don't shoot him.
Well, I mean, it was always an option, but hopefully not.
I mean, if you had enough guns, maybe.
Maybe. So do you want to ask him about going through his gold pile, or do you want to try to just like maybe have our own little tea party over here that results in you punching a hole through to the deeper dreaming? Talking to him about it might be not a bad idea, though.
No, I wanted to talk to him about it. So I'll go over and talk to him.
Oh, you're back. How many years has it been now? Oh, you don't look much older.
Oh, just a few minutes.
Oh,
So, as I said, we are seeking one of our companions and also an object deeper into the dreaming. I was wondering if I might have your permission to set up my devices in your realm here. I may need to manipulate some of uh, the reality here, and I did not want to offend you.
Very interesting. I don't know. I don't know if I can trust you. There are things out there that have tried to capture me many years. I always have to fend them off. I usually don't even let them get into the cave, but somehow you guys got in.
Look, man, no offense, but we just want to go deeper into the dreaming. If you can help us, great. We'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, you do have a nice setup here.
Deeper into the dreaming, you say? And an adventure, you said, to save your friend?
Yes.
Yeah, all those things are tied together.
Hmm.
We're on a mission.
Humans on a mission to save their friend.
Well, we got to get to him before he dies. So, yeah, that's the ultimate goal, is to arrive before.
Then it must
Also,
be. And he kind of uncoils completely, and the ground starts kind of shaking. And everybody go ahead and roll a willpower difficulty of 8.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys.
He's more of a coworker. Can somebody roll me? I have a willpower of 7. My internet is down currently.
Oh no.
Yeah, I get you.
Okay.
7, you said?
Oh god. Difficulty of 8.
7 d10s at...
Oh yeah, 7 d10s at difficulty 8.
Fail equals 1. You got 2.
All right. So Malakai, you pull it off. You're not freaking out too much. And
I got 0 successes.
Yeah, you didn't botch, right? You got a success. So the Malakai and Tycho are both kind of like okay, what's going on here, and kind of just waiting to see what happens next. But Phaedra just like, oh well, okay, so you don't do anything really bad, but you scream like a blood curdling scream, like you think this thing's going to eat you, and immediately Falcon just kind of starts looking around and he goes, "Where is the enemy? I will get him! Ah! They will not stop you from finding your friend!" And he flies out of the cave. The cave entrance kind of like opens up, and all of a sudden you guys are sitting on his back, flying through the sky. And we are going to go to a commercial break at this point in time.
What's up, guys?
Okay, so
Never ends.
yes, the story. It surely doesn't.
Never ending story.
I'll
That's
be honest.
exactly what I felt.
Robert gave me a couple of pointers back when I was making all the flowers go dark. very helpful in all of just you just gotta ride this story. It's chef's kiss.
All right, we're gonna go to a little commercial break here. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. So we'll say 9 o'clock. So 12 minutes, and I'll cut this out of the.
We are on a
All right, I'm gonna start up here. So welcome back to Technogate 1999. We are back. We have Tycho, Phaedra Bennett, and Malakai here on the back of Falcon, a giant snake-like furry dragon with the head of a dog. He has very enthusiastically swept up the characters onto his back and has whisked them off into the far dreaming, where they are trying to find their friend that has lost himself into the mist and has somehow found his way already into the far dreaming, which the group is actually coincidentally enough trying to get there anyways. As you guys are flying on the back of Falcor, you can see the clouds beneath
Falcon.
you, or Falcon. Falcon is flying, through the clouds, whisking, just flying by you. You guys are going like Mach 1, just like blasting through the clouds, and he comes down out of the clouds, and you see before you a great giant sea. And as he comes down, he starts getting closer to the ground and kind of sweeps down, and just is gliding over the raging waters. And I mean, we're talking like 50-foot waves, like just chaos and insanity that's happening down there. You also see like giant sea creatures that are popping in and out of the water, dragons and Loch Ness monsters and other crazy ass weird octopus that are just popping out, and you see one fighting with a giant dragon that's just like, and they just drag each other down into the depths as you get just a snapshot of it as a wave engulfs them. And as you are gliding across, through this raging ocean, you come to a much clearer, calmer area, and you can see like an island off on the distance. Falcon isn't heading towards it, but he's kind of going by it. And as you guys are kind of going by it, you see, or actually, everybody make a perception plus alertness check. Difficulty of 6.
2.
I also have 2.
I'm coming.
She's a coming around the mountain. When she comes, she'll be coming around. There.
This
2.
isn't a singing episode.
I punch it through at a 6. So
All right, so you guys are solid, able to see what's kind of going on down below. You see what looks to be like a large pirate ship, and it seems to be attacking what looks to be like a smaller merchant ship. It has kind of come up onto its side and latched on to the onto the other side, and you see the pirate ship sails are up with the giant, like skull and crossbones, black flag, and then you see like a merchant's, insignia on the smaller vessel, and so like it's been harpooned basically and dragged into, and you see like planks kind of going down, and men are charging onto the merchant's ship. What do you guys do?
I look for Peter Pan.
Well, shit.
If he's there, I want to shoot him with my laser gun.
You guys want to intervene?
I mean,
Or are we just riding this guy?
we should go take a look just in case our friend's down there.
Oh, in that, yeah. Actually,
Can you?
Phaedra suggesting that idea, I will pull out my scanner and scan for Robert.
I will also do the same with my DNA scanner.
All right, go ahead and give me Arate rolls. Difficulty of we'll just do 3. Make it simple.
Are we keeping an appropriate height where we are not being watched? That's what I'm doing. I'm watching us to be noticed and etc.
No, you guys are fairly close to the ground at this point in time, and are definitely being noticed by the pirates and the merchant ship.
All right, well, that's not against us, but I'm gonna maintain watching whether or not they start shooting at us, so I at least can warn everyone else.
So you guys do a scan, and definitely he's deeper into there is like a location bead that you kind of get on him, but he's still far away from where you guys are right now.
Does the pirate ship have any like insignia that I might know from childhood?
Um,
I don't know
I
what the
guess
role
a
for that would
cult.
be.
I guess it wouldn't really be a cult. Uh, I'll give you, just because you kind of have like a little bit of a military history, I'll give you a +2 to your intelligence dice roll. So it's intelligence +2.
All right, all right. I think I have that roll ready to. It's difficulty.
Difficulty of 6.
It's not a great roll for me. Holy shit!
Oh wow.
That's 6 successes.
You do remember this sale. This is you had crazy dreams when you were a kid about this ship, and about it like killing and destroy, like maybe it's from some kind of story you were told, maybe it's Peter Pan or something like that, but it's not exactly that, but it's definitely something out of, like, this is something that you've dreamed of and have it encountered, and it's part of like a nightmare that a reoccurring nightmare you had as a child, which maybe that's why you don't like the open water.
You can specify. Do I feel compulsion to interact with the ship in any way?
um I guess you might have a compulsion to kind of want to confront your fears, confront your nightmare, your childhood nightmare as an adult with all this power and a giant dragon at your side.
All right, I'm going to advise Tycho on the way that I am feeling right now, of just like, this whole thing is kind of just a goddamn trip, and I don't like it because I'm in a trip where I'm walking around with guns, and these are not toys. But then also there's this thing over there, gesturing towards the pirate and the pirate ship and the pirate activity, of just like, I don't feel good about letting that just go as we just move on, but I also understand we have to. You're my commander. I just want to make sure you have all of the information moving forward.
I'll just be like, okay, let's see here. Hey, Falcon. Falcon?
Oh, sorry. I thought I was talking to you. I was talking to myself. I do that sometimes. There's something going on over there. What is
Yeah.
that?
Do you mind if we go closer? My compatriot Malakai here says that it's something he might recognize.
Oh,
I know it's not in the direction of the things we were looking for, but maybe we could just check it out real quick.
yes. No, sounds like fun. And he like shoots off, and now you guys are coming up on the pirate ship quite quickly. As you guys kind of approach, you see, there's men that are fighting on the top deck against each other, and you just see some of the men are like terrified and just huddling in corners and stuff like that. Other ones are like just charging into their death as like a bunch of pirates just like storm the top deck.
Malachi, which side are we on? Was it the merchants or the pirates who terrified you?
To be honest, the reputation I know is of the pirates, so I kind of want to be on their side. But shit, honestly, I didn't realize it. Like, you hear stories about pirates being awesome, heroic, brave.
No, these
Really,
are
they're kind of.
definitely they were killing you in your dreams is what
Oh,
the dream
I
like
hate them.
and bad
Oh, okay,
like
okay,
you
all
see
right.
like you know horrible things happening to people, like they're just skewing them alive and playing with their guts in front of other people, just toying with them because there's like 100 pirates and there's like maybe 10 other dudes that are on this ship and they're all just freaking out. It's possible that they're actually humans dreaming this shit.
Okay, all right. That definitively changes stuff. First question. What kind of weapons are they using? Are they like long swords and muskets, like flintlocks, or are they?
Yep, flintlocks. They do have
Okay,
cannons on their ship. There's a hole in the side of the merchant ship from one of the cannons. They do have flintlock and steel and sabers.
okay. In which case, I'm gonna request being positioned slightly over the pirate ship, and I'm going. I'm gonna thank, like half understanding what's going on, but also this is real. I'm gonna thank my commander for giving me the opportunity, and I'm gonna jump down onto the pirate boat.
Remember, you still have wings.
I am going to fly. I'm gonna plummet down to the pirate boat. I'm trying to land the deck of that hull as hard as I can.
Nice. Give
I'm
me
in a
an
suit of
athletic.
armor.
I just like I'm imagining like an Iron Man slash Archangel slash like crazy robot man like just flying out of the sky with Angel and just like smashing down onto the deck here. Give me a athletics plus dexterity difficulty of 6. Swoops
30
out of the sky.
athletics.
Just comes
Yeah,
down.
no, that's exactly what I'm doing. If I have to, I'll take off from the boat and like fly up a little bit and then just straight down. I want to hit that boat hard.
Oh yeah, you come in just perfectly, and you see the men, the pirates that are watching this just flipping out, and you see the men, the merchant men, kind of looking at you with this like awe of they're not sure whether you're going to kill them or not, but whatever just happened was like not part of the normal nightmare, so they're just kind of like in this like awe of what's happening here. You have a complete open round for yourself, free round to do whatever you want for a turn.
I would like to split my firearms and dexterity dice pool into 2 shots, 3 shots. Can you do 3 before
Yep.
the negatives start hitting?
No, you split it up as much as you want as long as it has that many fire. I believe most guns are limited to around 3 shots per turn. So you can split it up to 3 times, probably for your gun. As long as you're not doing fully automatic stuff like that, that's a full round.
Yeah, special stuff. All right. Yeah, so my intention is to shoot as many like a burst or two into as many pirates that are around me, and then I want to shout out actually really primally, just I'm going to town on this place, and they're gonna pay for it.
Are you using like the laser cannon that you have?
Nope. This is all with the P90, because quite
P90.
honestly, the
You
P90
took
is
out with
just,
the P90 and just
I'm gonna kill all of them before I have to reload, to be honest. But it's
Go ahead.
that's why I want to split it up to try to kill as many as possible in a single round.
All right, so let's do your first attack.
All right. Oh shit.
I'm thinking about popping my wing pill and joining him, but seems to be doing all right by himself.
I would appreciate having a backup in case I do end up completely fucking myself over. First attack. Second attack. 3, 6. I have a total of 8. So the last one is at 2.
All right, I'm not even gonna have you have to roll damage since you hit all 3 targets. So you just drop down, pop up. They all like are freaking out, and you're just like, ba-bam, 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 and 3 of them just drop immediately. They're just like, what the fuck just happened here? Everybody's freaking out. You have a totally another free round, as well as if you want to join the fight, I can have you swoop down. As well, Tycho.
Yeah, let's do it. So I pop the pill and
Come on, Phaedra.
let's see.
I sit down
Ready.
and open up my fanny pack to start making some potions.
Like, all right, I'll make some potions on Falcon here, and we'll be fine.
Oh yeah, I do that thing where I because I'm wearing a metallic jumpsuit, so I like zip it down to the waist and like take my arms out of the sleeves and then tie them around my waist, and the wings just kind of sprout out.
Nice.
Then I pull out my gun and I'm
camera
like,
is well above and is just seeing you guys on the back of this thing while I'm in the background, just like shooting occasionally, like fighting, like punching people. It's a melee down there.
and I guess I'll just jump off and I'll try and like hover in the air a little bit and I'll just pick people off.
All right, make a Dex plus athletics roll. So this will technically be on the free round that Malakai had the first time. So you'll get to act as well in the next.
Difficulty 6.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, 2 successes.
You're fine. So you swoop on down, not as epically as Malakai, but still with a solid grace, and you kind of start to like hovering, flapping as you guys are looking, as you look like much more of like an angel. Like, what's the color of your feathers?
White.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
they're dove wings.
Dove
So,
wings.
dove wings.
very angelic.
When doves cry. Anyways, all right. So yeah, you guys are like floating, hovering, or you're hovering there. So go ahead, Malakai. I'll let you go first, and then we'll do Tycho.
Oh, you want me to shoot now? Because he already did, or
No, Malakai first, and then Tycho. So Malakai gets
Okay,
to shoot
so-
first.
Oh, it's okay. So this is
Your
the next
combat
round.
round. Yep.
I apologize for that. All right, so I am kind of really enjoying the moment, embracing the lessons that this trip has provided me, by guidance that Robert provided last session, and I'm just gonna run from bow to stern, shooting anyone that I see that looks like they're a pirate. With probably a single shot. So I'm just gonna run, and I'm gonna do the same breakdown of shots.
All right.
There's 2.
All right. 3
With
more dead
similar
men.
successes. But yeah, I'm just charging in a rage. I'm in the armor suit. Like, this is a heavy every footstep. If you're on the ship, I don't think that Tycho's got to the ship yet. But like every footstep is heavy, and I'm just running from front to back, just shooting anyone that looks like I've seen them before. This is
I know
incredibly
you.
cathartic.
You see, like, one of the guys, like, that you just have like this distinct flashback as a child of like cowering with your mother on the ship stern, while this like pirate comes up and murders her in front of you, and then like goes in to kill you before you wake up. And then you just like gun him down, and you get like 3 extra, like, all of a sudden just you're shooting and shooting and shooting, like you in under a second you shot the guy like 7 times in the chest and 1 right in the head for good measure.
I try to yell out as I continue on to the next one that, don't worry, he deserved it. Don't worry, that was fine.
It's okay. I'm not crazy. No. All right, so Tycho, your turn.
All right. I would like to identify somebody that, like a pirate that's made it over to the merchant ship, that I can shoot.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of them for you to shoot. Go ahead, and you have like 20
Okay.
targets in front of you. They're all
All right,
freaking
well-
the fuck out as the Archangel of Death and Michael, the the Archangel of Kickassery is coming to beat the shit out of them.
There's
All
a
right.
bogart that is doing way more damage to people than he ever should be.
All right. I guess I'll shoot twice, and I'll take 2 targets here. So good, and I only have 5 dice for this. So
I'm gonna say for dramatic effect that for whatever reason your chemistry of obfuscation is definitely not up right now. You guys look like what you look like because it just looks awesome.
It's a bit much to ask that it still would be up at this point. So
I
yeah,
just wish I
yeah,
still had that katana, because the angel with a sword, right?
Yeah,
I've been
flaming
thinking
sword.
about building the sword into my suit. Like any proper suit maker would. That's neither
idea.
here nor there. Kill these fucking pirates.
All right, so you are
Got one,
able to.
too.
You got 2, and that was your laser gun that you were using.
Yes.
So yeah, you just pop down with your or as you're like floating there, and you're just like, and they just evaporate. Like, I mean, the gun does way more damage to these things than what normally it would do. It just at 1 shot, they're just completely eviscerated. There's just nothing left. So you guys have killed a total of 8 of them already, and at this point, I'm gonna say just based on the rolls that we've kind of been having here, and not to prolong out a crazy combat scene, but still just give you kind of a cinematic. Like, you guys just go through and just start popping these things until all of them are starting to run. So we'll pick it up at this point where you guys have killed a whole shitload of them. You guys have gone around doing your thing, protecting these guys, and now the pirate ship is fleeing. What do you do?
Well, Phaedra didn't get off, so I'm going to signal to try to. I'm going to wave. I'm going to wave at her. We're just like, hey, we're looking for a pickup here.
So do you want me to go after them? I was kind of up here making like healing stuff for the merchant crew.
Pick up. We can fly.
Oh,
Yeah.
you are a better person than I am. Yeah. Wait, we can fly. Yeah. Let's let the pirates flee. Help the merchant crew, and then continue forward.
You two fly after the pirate ship. I've got the merchant.
All right, you get the merchants. We are on the pirate. Then we're gonna we are going to either hinder their escape, but yeah, we're messing them up.
I'm gonna say at this point, you guys can just if you guys want, you can go there and just blow the shit out of that pirate ship if you want, as it's trying to escape.
I personally would like to tie up whoever the pirate leader is, and just we're gonna leave him tied up on the ship, and he's gonna get out at some point, but like it's gonna be super embarrassing, you know.
Like throw
I
most
just
of them off of the ship instead of killing them, and then just tie up, a couple of them, and
yeah
just be like, all
yeah.
right, well,
It's like yeah, we killed everyone who fought back, but we didn't like kill your cooks or anything, unless if they're also ninjas.
no, at this
But
point, you become the nightmare of the nightmares, and they are chimerical creatures. So Tycho would
okay.
know that these are not human beings in any way, shape, or form. That these are nightmarish, chimerical creatures.
When he goes to start like tying people up, I just start shooting at the base of the ship, just sink it.
I see. Are we in water? I assume that we were in air, space.
Oh no, we are in water.
Oh, okay. This whole time I had assumed that there was just nothing around, and all of these like
Wow, man! Now
wooden
that seeing it
ships.
from your point of view, it seems way more epic. I feel like maybe this should be,
Yeah,
I
I
feel
saw
like
it
whatever
differently.
universe that you guys want to be in, there's one universe where this was done in the water, and this is one universe where it was done in the air. However you want to imagine it, it is correct because it is the dreaming.
So how about
I
like
like
when I
the
start to
theory.
go to sink the ship, I realize that doesn't work because we're all kind of floating, and the what I thought was the surface of the water is actually just kind of like not really, and I'm just like, oh, I don't have to stay aloft because there is no direction here.
The wings have really helped with that as I'm gliding overhead. But yeah, that's the thing. Let's sink this ship and get back to the ship.
But
Let's,
you're able to sink it if you want. It like just starts like falling out of the sky, and like you hear like the screams of nightmares being like, what the fuck?
yeah,
And
no, I see it as both. Yeah, you can sink it in both scenarios. It's the idea. We sank that ship in the idea, which is what's important for the dreaming.
Can I get one of their chimerical swords? I want to see how long it lasts.
I'm all
um
about experimentation.
yeah, yeah, you can grab one of their swords for sure.
All right, I'm just going to throw that on my gear. Chimerical cutlass.
Sweet.
Let's get back to the merchant ship. Do you want to fly? I feel like we should fly.
Well, yeah, that's how you get places.
Let's go.
You guys land back onto the ship, and they're tending to their wounded. But one thing that you do notice is that there is a what looks to be like a goblin that is amongst the crew that you didn't really notice before, and he kind of walks over to you as you guys land onto the ship. Um, and actually, I'm gonna take it back real quick here and take us back to Phaedra. When you arrive on the ship, you meet up with this goblin like character that is greeting you as you kind of come down with Falcon and start administering aid, or to administer aid. And he says, "Oh, hero and adventurer, thank you so much. I owe you so much for saving us. I was just on my way to my family, and we were attacked by pirates. What can I do to thank you?" And he comes like running over, all smiling and happy and excited from the events that had just transpired.
Does he seem like he's telling the truth?
Absolutely.
Okay. Could I roll for it just in case?
Yep.
Why do I not have empathy? Could I use subterfuge?
No, that is
No.
knowing
Okay.
how to lie, not
Okay.
not detecting lies.
So what would that role be? Would that be manipulation then? Just straight up manipulation? Just
It would be perception plus empathy.
still got 3 successes.
All right. So, you do know that he's telling almost all the truth. He wasn't going to see his family. It was the obvious part of the an obvious lie to a certain degree. He was doing something, but he is ecstatically happy for you saving him, and he is truthful in that he wants to that he owes you a favor, and he would like to repay it now, if possible.
Okay. I reach out to shake his hand.
Oh, yes, yes. And he shakes your hand, and
Yep, I'm gonna take a DNA sample.
you see him kind of like walk over to one of the frightened humans that and you see him kind of like just feeding off of the energy of the of the terror that he's feeling, and then kind of like walks back over to you and is like, ah, I feel much better now though. These adventures can be quite exhilarating.
So can you explain to me what's really going on right now?
Well, you're in the dreaming. I assume you know that. Or
Huh?
what are you? I'm not familiar with humans of this capacity being able to interact with the dreaming like this.
I believe I asked you a question first, sir. You weren't going to visit your family. Could you please elaborate on why you're out here?
Okay, well, you see, normally I take merchants, from Earth and take them on adventures through the wilds of the far dreaming here, and the dreams that they um, dream up, I feed off of their terrors of the great ocean here. However, things got a little bit of out of hand, and the Black Eye is a very dangerous pirate group that travels these seas, and they attacked us, and I bit off more than I could chew.
Okay. We are trying to find someone who got stranded out here.
Oh?
I give him a vague description of Robert. Did did you by any chance come across this individual?
Interesting that you do say that. Before we had um, been attacked by the pirates, we did see some maniac that was charging through the water or over the waters, just running as fast as he could, and and he disappeared off, and he points off in the direction, um, and that kind of matches up with the direction that you guys know. He says, "I do know these waters quite well. I would be willing to navigate for you guys if you wish."
Thunk. Tycho majestically touches down on the ship. Aha! I took one of their swords. Have at thee. I swing it through the air.
Oh, it is the angels I see.
Yeah.
What are you? What is this, by the way? I am very confused by what is happening here. You do seem to be non-chimerical. but you don't seem to be wholly human, obviously, looking at your wings.
Well, we're just humans with extra parts. Phaedra, what have you learned?
I guess our friend, who probably lost his mind because of the fog, ran out here, literally. And it seems like the merchant saw him. Might be willing to give us directions. Now I'm lead over to Tycho. Dude's a goblin or something.
Yeah. I'm not prejudiced. Probably. I look around at the other people. Are these people who are dreaming, or are these actual humans traveling through the dreaming?
This is people dreaming.
Oh,
It
okay.
seems like
I
he's
just wanted
kind
to
of
make sure.
like rounded them up and taken them onto an adventure, and seems to have kind of like played with the situation so that they all think that they're kind of like sailmen and stuff like that. But there's some kind of humans that possibly some of them maybe are sailmen, or some people are just people that dream of wanting to be a sailman and stuff like that, or people who are terrified of the water, stuff like that. But it seems to have this kind of like merchant theme about it. And people start kind of getting back to work, mopping the decks and stuff like that. And the goblin goes back into his cabin that's filled with gold coins and has all these like different shipping charters and stuff like that of where they're going and what they're doing, and all of the people around you. You do get a sense of like that it is the you expected probably like, more of like a cheerful kind of atmosphere kind of going on from what you've kind of seen before this, but actually it is quite dreary, and like people are more like terrified of what the hell is going on, and seeing the monsters does not make them excited. It makes them scared, and definitely seems to be that the goblin is keeping an atmosphere of terror on the ship.
Mm.
But still
Well,
keeping
like
it
that.
operating and working and stuff like that.
This sounds like something that Malakai was trapped in.
We got two options. We either ignore the situation, or we find someone else on the ship that can take over, and then we murder the goblin. I am up for either option. I've already distracted us longer than I thought we were going to. And in fact, we should probably wait. We need to get Robert back.
I say we ignore it.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee that if we quote unquote kill this goblin, he doesn't just remanifest and start the cycle over.
And
Or something
we're-
worse takes his place.
And we're not here to solve we're not here to solve every problem in the multiverse.
Alright, I'm gonna invite the goblin outside as we go to leave, and I'm just gonna shoot him a bunch of times. As we are departing.
Should we get like any kind of direction from him first, possibly? Be like, hey, what do you know about that direction?
I'm thinking we can trust.
He already
our
gave
guy.
me the directions, which way he went, and we have scanners.
Yeah, but he said he
and a
knows
flying-
the area.
Well, a flying dude that has that's good at his job. We also have.
Yeah.
Also, he said he wanted to give us a reward for saving him. So,
The goblin.
Yeah, too.
Hey, Mr. Goblin Man, what's your name?
I am Gliblin.
Okay, Gliblin. You said you might have some information about the direction that our compatriot was running?
Yes. I know this area quite well. I believe that he was heading in the direction of the island of no return, if I believe correctly. very dangerous and very, very treacherous layout. I have returned from it. The name is a little bit more ominous than it actually is. But very few travelers are able to return from a land like that. Although he looks over at out the window at the giant flying dog dragon that's outside, and he's like, although I imagine that your friend there might be able to get in and out, but I can give you some um, pointers and tips and tricks on how to navigate through such a treacherous land. I do owe you quite a big debt. Um, and he kind of like plays with the coins that he kind of has, and he says, "I can also pay in other means if you wish as well." And also, by the way, the ship is immaculate. It is a very, very beautiful looking ship, made of quite gold kind of standard.
Well, I can't speak for my compatriots, but I am not interested in your implied sexual favors. The tips and tricks will be sufficient.
Oh, okay, awesome. I will give you a map that I have that will allow you to navigate through the treacherous areas with by circumventing most of the harder areas. He kind of rolls up a little map and hands it on over to you. And he says, I would be willing to pay you as well if you were willing to give me some information."
What information are you looking for?
Ignore him.
"What are you?"
Come with us. Just let's walk away. If this map turns out to be shit, I will personally come back and murder every single person here. You do not fuck with us. Let's walk away. Let's walk away.
Malakai,
I'm just
are
saying.
you okay, buddy?
I got a real bad feeling. Let's.
Okay, why don't you go talk with Falcon?
I'm gonna head over to Falcon and start just kind of letting him distract me.
So I'll lean in a little bit and I'll whisper, "I'm a motherfucking dreamer, man. And I see what you got going on here. I see what you're taking from these people. I want you to know that the only reason I'm not letting that guy over there put a bullet in your head is because you're not worth it. And if this map isn't accurate, we're gonna come back and find you."
Okay, well, the map is accurate. I mean, I I do apologize that you disagree with my lifestyle choices.
Well, yeah, it's just it's kind of like universal forces and everything, so I can't really fight it. So it would be like ineffectual. So, keep doing your thing. Just know that I don't like it. At least what I assume you're doing. You're like,
What do you think I'm doing?
like these people are dreaming, right? They're the dreaming aspects of the people of where I'm from, and you're like putting them to work, and they get attacked by pirates and shit, and you just feed off of that.
Well, I feed off of their fears and their sense of wonderment and their senses of dread that they get from here, but I also provide them with an adventure that I hope it fuels them in their waking lives to lead a more adventurous life. And some that need to be brought down a peg or two because they believe that they are the greatest sailmen of all time and that they could do things that no one other could do, and I prove them wrong.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
That's not so
create the
bad.
balance in this world. Now, some would say that what I do is horrible and cruel and evil, but what I see, I do as necessary.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, carry on. See you around.
I look
Thank you, man.
between Tycho and Giblin. I'm like, I don't have the same morals that he does. I actually appreciate what you're doing. You're like the carp. Good job, carp. And I walk out.
Why, thank you.
So, do you get cold like in the winter, or is like the temperature around here always the same level?
Well, I mean, there are different different atmospheres, but for the most part, we seem to be in quite an autumn. That seems to never be, I'm sorry, we seem to be in an everlasting winter. Actually, you may not know it, but this is a drab world that you see before you. It used to be much more. Um,
Wait, who's talking right now?
the goblin.
I think Malakai was talking to Falcon.
Oh, sorry.
Correct. Yep.
So okay, now I lost track of what I was thinking.
Hey,
So,
Falcon.
yep, go ahead.
Do you get cold in the wintertime? I was literally
Oh,
just
yeah.
trying to interject the random conversation that I was having with him while they were doing the things that they were doing.
Ah, he's like, oh no, I have lasted through quite an ice age that it's seemed to have came over the land. I'm happy to see that although a new one seems to be on the horizon, not quite the same, but as they say in the dreaming realm, um, it is only so close to spring.
I love spring. If they arrive back, I just tell them that hey, Falcon is a great dude. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I assume I have to carry Phaedra back up to Falcon because I
Yeah, I
have
didn't pop the pills.
He comes down to the
Yeah.
point where you can board him.
Oh, I was gonna just take an opportunity to like have a side conversation with Phaedra.
Oh yeah, you could just swoop her up then.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I'm actually kind of feeling bad that I talked shit to that goblin dude because based on what he said and what Malakai said earlier, I think the reason Malakai is here is because of, if not that guy, somebody like him. You know? And took him into adventures and dreams when he was younger. Inspired him to do stuff like this.
I mean, there is no ultimate evil. I think the closest that we could get to true evil was that asshole Mutton. And even him, in a way, did some good. Hell, I met you guys.
Yeah. Oh, hey,
So-
did you get a sample from the goblin?
Of course I did.
Nice. All right, and then we land back on Falcon's back.
All right, so he heads off, and you guys using the map are able to easily, with Falcon, kind of circumvent all of the treacherous barricades that would be between you and the island of no return. It's more of like people don't even really get there. Getting there is even really harder. It's just when you try and go to it and you don't return. So they
It's
assume.
also an island.
So as we're going to kind of cut it off right now is that you guys are kind of flying down with Felkor. You guys have kind of gone through some mists, and there were some, crazy monstrous creatures that kind of pop up out of the waters and kind of navigate through different, like, there's all these different kind of crazy things that kind of you see flying, like carp and shit like that like just fly through the air. There's like a whole bunch of piranhas that like come through the air at one point. You see like this giant cloud monster that kind of like just is smashing different things. You're like, what the fuck is that? And you're just seeing all this crazy shit, and then you come on to like up to this beautiful looking island, just a tropical paradise that you see below. And we are going to call it there. Thank you all so much for playing. Thank you all so much for watching. And this has been an awesome game. Thank you.
Yeah, good game.
Yep. Good night, peeps.
All right. Yeah.